Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy TNL, and today we have a video specially picked out for you because you're struggling with other people's opinions about you, and today we're here to eradicate that fear. Uh, why no one cares as much as you think? Let me tell you something. That sounds kind of harsh, but like it's actually one of the most freeing things that you'll ever hear and learn. Nobody cares about you as much as you think they do. Not in a bad way, you know, not because people are heartless, but because everyone's too busy thinking about themselves. They're very self concerned. Once you really understand that, your confidence can kind of change and you can stop living scared. You stop kind of performing for people's approval around you in your friend group, or I wouldn't say doing it around your family, but just in your friend group, relatively when you're out in public, and you start living in a way that's honest and mainly for you and not for them. We live in a generation that's obsessed with perception. Every move that you make feels like it's under a little bit of a microscope. Your appearance, your posts, your voice, your choices. But here's the thing, most people barely even really notice what's going on in your life. And that might sound crazy. Like your family is more so going to be the main ones that'll care. Your friends will, they'll know, but they won't know everything, and they won't know enough to care. But here's the thing, most people will barely even notice. We overestimate how much attention we're getting. It's kind of, if you haven't heard of it, it's called the spotlight effect. And it's the illusion that keeps millions of people playing small because they're afraid of being judged by other people. Today, I kind of want to break that illusion for you and show you how freeing it is when you realize the world isn't watching as closely as you think on your life. And I had a friend, his name was Ryan, and he would just ask me like, "How do you do what you do?" Because I'm very active on social media and I post every single day. And he's just like, "How do you do it? Like, how do you do it? Like, why do you not care what people are like gonna say about you?" And I'm just like, "Nah, like, dude, it just simply doesn't matter. Like, it's not that important. I promise." But today we'll talk about that. The spotlight illusion. The spotlight effect is simple. So we all have to think we're under a spotlight when we're really just one light in a crowded room full of other beaming lights. You think that people remember what you wore, what you said, how awkward you sounded when you said something? They don't. Most people will forget things within hours. And I'm not going to lie, when it's like a public interaction, like it's within minutes because it happens so often. The outfit that you were embarrassed about, nobody really even noticed. Maybe they laughed and said a joke, but they didn't even remember it next day. That thing that you said that you replayed all night, the other person forgot about it like 5 to 10 minutes later. To be honest, it wasn't even that deep for them. Everyone's living inside their own movie, and you're not the main character in theirs, which is something that you have to understand. You're the main character in yours, but when it comes to them, it's very self-paced. They're too worried about their own lines, their own look, their own plot. That's what you got to think about. But let's talk about why we believe that people care. The reason we think that people care so much is because we're raised in systems built on approval. Your grades, you're trying to impress your teacher, followers, validation. You're trying to just impress anybody in general. From childhood, we're like trained to see these and chase these reactions. We we post for attention, not for expression of our values and our dreams. But maybe not the dreams part. The truth is, it feels good to be seen, and that's a human thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you depend on being seen to feel worthy, you'll feel anxious because that kind of attention fades the second someone scrolls past. What stays is internal. The self-respect you got, the discipline, and just the purpose. That's what you build when you want to stop chasing the outside world's reaction. People are way too busy thinking about themselves. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna reiterate this point even more. Here's something to really think about. Psychologists say that around 80% of our thoughts every day are about ourselves. That means that the people you're most worried about, they're probably worried about what you think of them. It's a loop of self-consciousness. It's just gonna keep spinning and spinning and spinning. You're scared of their judgment and they're scared of yours. Meanwhile, nobody's really judging and everybody's just trying to survive in their own mind and in the world. And when you sit down and you really realize that, or you stand up and realize that, it's like the pressure just evaporates. You stop needing to prove yourself because you understand that most people are too busy fighting their own battles to watch yours and care much about yours. What freedom really feels like. The day you realize that nobody cares that much is the day that you're gonna start living really freely. You kind of speak without overthinking. You chase goals that really matter to you and not just something that's, for a temporary kind of thing. Not the ones that'll look good on Instagram. You stop being scared of failing publicly because you know that nobody's keeping the score but you. And that's what you gotta really understand. You're gonna have haters, but they also don't care. Nobody's paying that much attention. When you stop living for perception, you gain your focus though. You gain energy, you gain time. Because now you're building something real instead of just maintaining an image out for the world. Now, just because I said that nobody cares doesn't mean nobody values you. This is important because saying nobody cares doesn't mean you don't matter. Because I know in times in life you can feel like you don't matter just being there by yourself, and that's not what I'm trying to relay on you. It just means that you're not ever the center of everybody's attention, and that's perfectly fine. That's how life is. People do care when it counts, when you're real, when you're loyal, and when you show up with integrity. But they're not gonna track your every failure, your every outfit, your every move. You know what I mean? That's healthy. That's a healthy relationship with people. That means you're free to make mistakes, to grow, to learn publicly without fear, because nobody's waiting to see you fail. They're too busy trying to succeed in the world themselves. So, moving on, how do you live with this mindset? Okay. You gotta start doing things even when you feel like you're being watched. You gotta post that video, you gotta speak up in class, you gotta try something new, because you'll realize the fear is all internal. Stop chasing reactions. Do things because they matter to you, not because they'll get applause from other people. That's how you build your real life, actual self-confidence. From doing and not just getting approval. Detach from the need to be liked. This is heavy. Not everyone will understand you and understand your mission, and that's okay. Everybody's different and their goals are different. Everybody's, not gonna be on the same wavelength. The goal isn't to be liked by everyone. It's to respect yourself. And it's okay to want to be respected by people. It's understandable. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. But just respect yourself first. Give people some grace also. If you realize most people are just overthinking just like you, it makes you more patient, and you don't start to overload and you don't start to think too much and too deeply about things. You kind of stop taking things personally, which is one of the 4 agreements. It's a book. To stop taking things personally is to really be free. And start seeing that everyone's just figuring it out in life, Just start seeing it like that. It's all right. It'll make you more calm, more confident, and more focused. And 99% of the people your age. When you stop caring, you evolve. The moment you stop living from approval is the moment that you truly can ascend and evolve. You move a lot differently. You think a lot clearer. You stop wasting time to explain yourself to people who may have not even ever been listening anyways, which is fine because, you're not taking it personally. Ironically, though, when you stop trying to be liked, people respect you more, I feel like, because confidence is quiet, peace is magnetic, and authenticity stands out in a world full of masks. So remember this: the world isn't watching you the way you think. And the best news that you ever hear is that, honestly, nobody's judging you as harshly as you imagine. Sorry, words. Nobody's tracking your every move, and nobody's opinion will matter more than the one that you have of yourself. So stop living scared. Stop living for likes on Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is, and just start living for your truth and express yourself to the maximum capacity that you possibly can in this life. Uh, TNO with another video. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think of this. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.